One hot afternoon while taking a nap, I saw my brother in the dream. He was on top of a very high building. I saw that his neck was bleeding, as though it was detached but attached. He shouted at the top of his voice, "Leave that house before it swallows you." Immediately he said those words, he looked away as though he did not recognize me after that talk. I woke up and I tried making sense of that dream, but it all seemed silly to me at that point. I tidied as usual, took my kids upstairs, had their night bath. Everything was okay. I tried closing the windows, but something caught my attention outside. There was this place where my husband would regularly visit anytime he was back from his trip. Visiting the mansion for the first time, you could even mistake it for the gateman's house or the domestic staff quarter. I saw someone who looked exactly like my little brother, who had the same spike hair he had the last time he visited. That person that looked exactly like him was going straight into that little house. I felt goosebumps all over my body. After the first young man that looked like my brother entered the house, 6 other people joined him, and the door remained as though no one had passed through. Everything my best friend told me in the past started ringing in my head. I doubted her. I called her a liar. She said everything from outside of the marriage because she wasn't even married. But now I am the one inside, and I can tell you for a fact, even though everything she told me was quite different from what I was experiencing, whatever she went through, whatever she experienced was only a tip of the iceberg compared to the living hell I was experiencing. And the worst, I had no one to talk to. Even if I was to open up to anyone, they would just laugh. My husband came back from his trip. Deep down, I knew my days in that house was numbered. I acted cool, everybody played along. We would have countless arguments, and I would remind him of my value in the marriage. He would look at me, hiss, and tell me, "What more do you have left to offer? Your sagged boobs or your sagged tummy?" Some days we would have arguments. In the dream, I would be lashed carelessly, and I would wake up with those marks on my back. Along the line, my 3rd child was sick, and on our way rushing her to the hospital, she gave up. This particular incident happened when he had to go on another meaningless trip as usual. He left me all alone to carry the burden. Within that week of her demise, I had a strange dream where she was being carried into that same little house by a skeleton.